Hey everyone, this is Tom from MonTac here doing the weekly MonTac Matchup for the 18th of February, and joining me here today, the first European champion, former champion, ZweiStein is here, the Rogue Baron himself. How are you doing, sir?
I am doing good. I mean, I always feel rusty after a week, but I think this week it will be different, maybe.
Yeah, of course, and it is also 6 a.m. for you, so can't
Yeah.
be too critical. Alright, without further ado, let's not waste any more of your time. Let's get right into the first matchup. We've got Rank 10 Darmakos coming off their first match win, versus Lucky coming off their first match in-game win. Obviously, we're predicting Sunwalkers from Darmakos and a little bit of the Tarosian Gambler from Lucky. What are your thoughts on this matchup?
I think both players, while new, I think Lucky is the better player so far, mostly just because he has more experience. So
That is true.
But Damakos has a lot of potential, I think, and he could get pretty far if he practices.
Yeah, definitely. That is true. That's a fair call. All right. So for this matchup, you'll be picking Lucky.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Next match, we've got Mini Smoke, rank 7. They're inside the top 8 again, taking on Tailsuit, rank 14. And while we do have a little bit of a gap here in ranking, you have to take into account Tailsuit's been playing since March 2021. Mini Smoke's been playing, I think, only since November 2021. I think we're going to see Angels again from Mini Smoke after that shocking OTK of a Lucky last week. And Tailsuit, I would imagine, would stick to the mutated, considering that is, or mutated Tarosian rather. I think that's their bread and butter. It's a very interesting pairing, this one. What are your thoughts on this matchup?
Well, Tailsuit has been here from the very beginning, but recently they haven't been able to do too well competitively, it seems. They've seemed to struggle a lot, whereas Mini Smoke is more of a rookie, but they've also been able to do fairly well, also using their different strategies, I think, right?
Yeah, no, they made it was a massive switch last week. They went from a Sky Gambler deck, so Sky Soldier Gambler, to a Angel OTK variant. It was more pure Angels, but they actually got the OTK off with help from Card Snatch, which was pretty insane, and no one helped them get that. They did that all by themselves, so I thought that was pretty amazing. I guess the question is, will they be able to repeat that against Tailsuit? What do you think?
Against Tailsuit, maybe. If it was against someone in like the top 5 or maybe top 8, I don't think they'd be able to pull it off.
Okay. So would you be picking Mini Smoke for this, then?
Yeah, I'd be picking Mini Smoke.
Now, on that note, with the rise of OTK decks from like Angels last week, like I mentioned with Mini Smoke, to Starlit OTK in January, which you know far too well, do you believe they hold enough merit to be consistently used in competitive play? OTK decks, I mean.
I mean, from the, I guess you could say there's 2 or 3 of them. There's Angels, there's Starlit, and I guess you could say it's Bandits too. I would say out of those, Starlit I don't think is good for competitive play. Like, it's not a good strategy, because people can just hammer down or do whatever they need to just to counter it. Whereas Bandits, I guess maybe it just hasn't been explored, and Angels maybe.
That's fair.
Angels could have potential.
All right. Well, let's get into your matchup. You're taking on the Sky Journal himself. You're rank 4, he's rank 5. This is a top 5 matchup. One of you has to go down. Obviously, you got the last win in U2's, a little bit of a rivalry there. How do you think this match is going to go? Do you think it's going to hit extra time? And what are your general thoughts on the matchup?
Well, this is my 4th game against Badger or something?
It is your 4th. They took the first 2, and then you got the shocking 3rd one. But you've gotten really good recently, like just absolutely phenomenal that match with Misfire.
Yeah.
It's a really close one, to be honest.
I'd say I think I've gotten much better at the game since like the few games that I've lost against Badger, and I think I have a chance against him. I don't think I'm no longer like super worried, oh no, I'm gonna lose, and now I'm more confident. And I think Badger is also has also improved since when I lost against him. So I think he also has, of course, a good chance of winning. But this doesn't seem like something that is like an obvious answer from both of us.
Yeah, I think it's really exciting. Obviously, on top of that, you've never faced each other where you're both been champion. So, like, obviously, in your previous matchups, it's always been, you never hit that championship spot, but you were hoping to. You didn't know if you were going to get there, and then you eventually did, and you literally took the hardest pathway. You went through rank 1, 2, and 3 in a row to get there. I feel like that's got to be a massive confidence boost, especially coming to this matchup. You've beat them before. You obviously your deck it's probably the best you've ever played it. So I think this is going to be a really close match, and I'm very excited for it. Mm-hmm. Obviously, this is basically floating around the top 4. With the March tournament just over about 2 weeks away, what do you think the top 4 will include? Because keep in mind, we've got a lot of players in this one, and it's going to be a lot of newbies, potentially a couple returns. We'll see how it goes. What are you thinking for the top 4? What do you think it's going to look like?
I would say Dan B is going to be there for sure. I think he has great potential, and he's improved a lot as well recently. I think he can rise and get to the top 4. Probably Misfire or Badger. I don't think both of them would make it. I think only one of them.
Ooh. I hope you're in there. I hope you say you're in there.
I mean, I would probably say I would be in there too, yeah. And then Apocalyptic would probably be the last player.
Ooh, interesting. Okay, well that's gosh, I mean, what? I think the only person, actually no, everybody in there would have hit the title at least once. So,
true.
Oh, that's gonna be an exciting one. All right, well that's very interesting. I'm gonna keep that in mind. All right, let's get in the next matchup. We've got Apocalyptic versus Doozy. Rank 3 Apocalyptic. Who knows what they're going to use? They could go Starlit OTK. They could go Sunwalkers. Doozy, highly likely to go with that Terrosian Impact they're famous for. A little bit of an interesting one. This could be an upset from Doozy. You never know. But based off the general matchup, probably could be a Sunwalker or Terrosian Impact. That kind of matchup. What are your thoughts?
Okay, well, if Apocalyptic is fast enough and is able to get his Apex out as soon as possible, then yes, I think he would win.
Oh, interesting. All right, let's get to the final match. We've got the title match. And who thought that you would have Dan B at the top of the mountain and Misfire having to claw his way back up from a -2 points at the beginning of the season, going on a 5-match win streak. Now you've got these two playing each other. Misfire, known for using Steel Edge in high-pressure situations. Dan B, probably, we have to say, probably the best Steel Edge player at the moment in the competition. What do you really think Misfire's going to bring to this matchup? Because if Misfire wins, he's a 4-time champ. But if Dan B wins, he's literally going to cement that championship status. What do you think Misfire brings to this?
I honestly, you never know with Misfire, but maybe he'll bring Sunwalkers. Okay, like I think Sunwalkers have a lot of potential for competitive, and they definitely are a good way to get over opponents that are have very strong end games, such as my deck, for example, or Dan B's deck. So
yeah, for sure.
I think some walkers could maybe be a potential deck that he'd go for.
Interesting. Well, that would be. It really scraped him out of that last match with you, but I don't know if it'll work a second time. I don't know. That's going to be pretty nuts. Based off of that, do you think Misfire takes this win, or do you think Dan B pulls off a massive win here?
It's a difficult call, but I think maybe Dan B will win this.
Wow, that would be pretty big. Ooh, that would be pretty massive. Okay, well, that's very interesting. All right. Well, I know it's your 6 a.m., so I really appreciate you getting up so early to do the matchup.
It's fine.
Is there anything you'd like to say before we wrap up?
Not really. I don't have anything to say.
All right, fantastic. Well, like I said, appreciate you coming on. Wish you good luck in your match, sir, and I'll see you at your matchup.
Okay.
All right. Thanks everyone for watching. See ya.